firstly, I mean, as you alluded to, not only were, the buffalo had been around 1850, there were, I think, about 50 million buffalo roaming the Northwest Plains, and by, the 1890s, about 40 years later, there were about 1,000 left, and this was the basis of the way of life of all these peoples.
The paper boy don't come no more.
We need to make decisions together that is going to benefit all of us and our children. And so that's what today is about. Today is about the tribes coming together to sign the Medicine Line Treaty in support of any returning to our traditional territorial lands.
Bringing the tribes together to sign a treaty to call for the restoration of buffalo and to enrich their cultures and engage their youth in conservation is really an important step. But what's really interesting about it is it's probably the first intertribal treaty that's been signed for about 150 years. Treaty is actually a very ancient approach to creating alliances and building relationships between tribes, and they've sort of not been practicing that as regularly as they did at one time. So here we are, kind of coming back to a very traditional practice.
Our whole gathering here today is to bring in our northern brothers and sisters from Canada, as well as all our brothers and sisters from all the nations within the state of Montana, to open a dialogue so each and every one has some type of communications about the importance of buffalo. The buffalo is still very, very, very important as a lead source of that spiritual being. The buffalo is the one that goes right into the storm rather than turn and run. Human beings have a tendency to avoid issues. The buffalo showed us that it's important just to face the storm, walk right through. It's the shortest way through the storm is get to the other side, rather than try to go around it or try to avoid it. The buffalo's shown us has its huge, broad shoulders and fur, puts its head down and pushes forward. And that type of energy, that type of spiritual being is very positive in our society today.
These fence lines, fence posts, stuff like that divide this, and man has done a really good job of saying, this is mine, this is not yours, this is mine, this is not yours, mine, yours, and with this Medicine Line Treaty signing, hopefully it'll give people the understanding that the buffalo are part of the ecosystem, and that by helping them move freely and better, well, it'll be a lot easier for us to all basically unite and work together, huh?
Ini never left us spiritually, but physically, our children will be able to have what a lot of, my grandparents didn't get to have.
I heard someone say today that they called the buffalo the animal. And in my mind, I thought, human beings are animals. We're called animals too. And I thought the buffalo as our brother, not an animal, but our brother. And that it is my hope as a result of today that the buffalo aren't exploited like Native Americans everywhere have been exploited. When our buffalo return to us, it's like wealth returns home. And I only wish good things for all the people everywhere.
I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried. Whoa, around me, burden seem to fall. I'm not worried at all.